One of the most awaited SUVs of the year, the Tata Harrier, is finally here, but it has a lot of competition to contend with, like the XUV500 and the Jeep Compass. In the 16 to 21 lakh rupee price segment, it's got the looks, but does it have the might? I'll take you through what the Harrier is all about in this review. Follow me. Now here's something all of you want to know. How does the Harrier drive? Well, it has a 2-liter engine under the hood and it's the same engine as the Compass. So yes, it does feel pretty peppy. Now Tata has given it actually 5 drive modes. You get Eco,
Economy drive mode activated,
which is pretty muted. And then there is the mode I like,
Sport drive mode activated,
Sport. Now this is pretty peppy. And then when you go off-road, you have Wet
Wet mode activated,
and Rough Road.
Rough road mode activated,
Now Rough Road mode just plays with the ESP a little bit and the traction control, so you get a little bit more grip while climbing loose surfaces. And then of course you have the default mode, which is City.
City drive mode activated,
The steering feels pretty light at most speeds, but you do get good feedback. And ride quality in the Tata Harrier is good because the suspension is quite stiff. Rough roads, it just flattens like that. But at slow speeds, when you go over bumps, it's a bit harsh. You feel it in the cabin. That said, these large mirrors actually lend themselves to a lot of wind noise inside the car, but it is a fantastic highway cruiser. So long distances, you just don't feel. I mean, I'm doing 90 kilometers per hour right now in 6th gear and it's just ticking away at 1800 RPM. The overall mileage that we've been getting so far is around about 13 kilometers per liter with all the driving that we've been doing. Now this is an SUV and it rides pretty high, so there's bound to be some amount of body roll. Yes, it's there in the Harrier, but it's not really a bother. Quick lane changes like this, yeah, you do feel it a bit. Now for a vehicle in this price segment, I would have expected disc brakes all around, but no, the Harrier gets discs in front and drums at the rear. But since it's got ABS, it's not really a bother. The brakes are sharp. And the clutch, I must mention the clutch. The clutch is pretty light. Even though the same engine on the Compass, you have a heavy clutch. Now let's take a quick look at the engine of the Tata Harrier. And oh my god, oof. Tata wasn't joking when they say they make steel. This is heavy. Well, the engine is a 2-liter unit, which you've seen even in the Jeep Compass, and it puts out 140 PS of power and 350 Newton meters of torque in the Harrier, slightly detuned for this vehicle. Now the Tata Harrier is a 5-seater, which means you get a lot of boot space. You get 425 liters of boot space to be precise, and as you can see, it's kind of stuffed with our luggage. Of course, if you fold down the middle row, you will get up to 803 liters of boot space. And below this, you have a place for your tools, and some more knickknacks can be stored over here. Now, one thing you would notice about the interior of the Harrier is that it's pretty stylish. You get this lovely wood finish over here, and the general blend of colors is pretty nice. Also, Tata has given the seat a lumbar support adjustment, fore and aft, as well as height adjustment. And you can also pull the steering towards you, tilt it up, down to get that perfect driving position, which is necessary because you have the center console that kind of comes in here and fouls with your left knee. In terms of safety, the top-end XZ variant of the Harrier comes with 6 airbags, ESP and ABS. All variants get ABS and dual airbags otherwise. And you'd also notice some styling elements like this throttle style handbrake over here, and this center box over here is chilled. It has a part analog and part digital instrument panel, which is quite unique. The highlight is the 8.8-inch infotainment system, which has Android Auto and will also have Apple CarPlay at launch. It also incorporates a reverse camera in this system. The rear seat of the Tata Harrier is pretty comfortable. It's fairly wide, so 3 people can sit here comfortably. And with the driver's seat adjusted for my height, I've got plenty of leg room, good under thigh support, and plenty of headroom. You get this nice armrest here with cup holders. There are bottle holders in the door, and generally it is a pretty nice place to be in. So after driving the Harrier around, I am led to think, should this be competing with the Jeep Compass, or should it be competing with the Hyundai Creta or the XUV500? The thing is, Tata thinks of pricing this in the 16 to 21 lakh price segment, but I would suggest if the price was a little lower, this car could probably sell a lot more. It will probably sell on its looks alone, and of course its ride comfort and the engine performance. In terms of features though, I think Tata's got to add a little more in this car.